So, hello everybody, welcome to these creator catch-ups we're doing for Lawless for the 15th of May for their online event. I'm Stacey Whittle and I'm talking to the absolutely wonderful Henry Flint today.
Hello.
He's the one on the left.
Yes.
Maybe. I don't know which side you're on your screen.
Different on, yeah. Yeah.
In which case, he may not be the one on the left. He's the one in the glasses. so how are you doing?
These are actually my old glasses. I got the I sat on the other glasses and I had to dig these out, and I can only just about see. So yeah, and I'm trying to work at the moment, and I can't see a thing. So yeah, the next few pages I do are a bit blurry. But I've got the opticians to see, and yeah, trying to figure those out.
A dog's going to be saying, "Oh, Henry's entered his impressionist phase."
They go dark. You put them against the light, and they turn into sunglasses. It's really good.
Oh, nice.
No, it doesn't work. No.
No. My kiddo has those ones when you go in the light and they're reactive.
Yeah, yeah. Do you like that with the light? This is my yellow angle poise. I was able. I wanted to choose, like the classic green one, and they only had yellow one left. And I thought, oh, okay, I'll have the yellow one. But I love it. It's great. There's a yellow angle poise. It's just perfect.
What more could you want?
Well, colour, because look at it. It's so bland. I've got nothing on the walls.
So, White Room Impressionist phase.
Yeah, it's like John Lennon Imagine, which is the white room and the piano. Except I've got my drawing board.
There you go. You're just like a beetle. So, do you want to tell us?
Well, I could do an impression. I could do the Beatles impression.
Oh, I need to see this then.
Hey John, got a song? Oh no, not a song. Not another song, Paul. There we go. I actually really people, yeah, run. I do impressions in pubs, and they just want to run miles.
What to buy you another drink to get some more?
Yeah,
impressions?
I do Scooby Doo. Who else do I do? No, but I'm not going to do those now. Yay! Scoob! No, so I'm not going to do those.
This isn't going how I imagined. Much better. So I was going to ask you what you've been up to work-wise, but before I do that though, because look, you're getting into thinking brain, but because you've started off on the impressions, I have to ask you about the wonderful Facebook videos that you have been making through lockdown.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And is there going to be any more? Because honestly, I love them so much.
Well, yeah, that's I'm trying to think of his name. He's got this big moustache. I've forgotten what he's called. No, what's it called? No, I forgot. He comes in, he eats all the food in the fridge, and I can't get rid of him. And he pops up, and I just.
He sings a couple of songs.
He sings a couple of songs, yeah, and then I try and get rid of him best I can. But yeah, he's a pain. He really is. But he popped up at the beginning of lockdown because everyone was doing stuff online to try and entertain everyone else, and I thought I'd do a kind of a parody of that.
It was wonderful. I feel sorry for anybody who isn't on Facebook and so didn't see Henry's friend visiting, singing a couple of songs, wearing a big moustache, salad taped on.
Yeah, Enrique.
Enrique.
Yeah.
It was just wonderful. It's just wonderful. Now that, so tell us what work-wise you've been up to.
Well, I can't really. Well, I've actually done one of these things where I promise not to say what I'm doing, so I can't say what I'm doing at the moment.
Okay.
Well, I can sort of say that it's going to be published at the beginning few months of next year, and and it's going to be published in an American comic as well as, but it's a Rebellion that I'm doing it for.
Right.
And it's not going to be a 2000 AD characters or anything like that. It's going to be something else. I can't. I'm not. I'm trying to give as many clues as possible without actually.
Yeah. Don't
about it or who's the writer or who's this, because I've sort of like it's a real big zip. I think, but unfortunately.
Still, it sounds exciting.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I really am. Yeah. And they've got a cover artist, which I love, who's doing some amazing stuff for me. And it's going to be like, oh, brilliant.
Oh, well, as soon as you can talk about it, maybe we could have another chat then.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, so is there anything that you've got 2000 AD related possibly that you can talk about, or anything else?
No. Unfortunately not, because it's all this comic that I'm doing. So I mean, everything is booked up. So I'm not doing anything on the side or anything. It's just straight this until it's finished, because I'm way behind. I'm getting, poor Keith, who I'm doing this for, the editor, he's kind of like, I want to stay positive and try and keep on the deadlines,
I was talking to.
We can't talk behind the scenes. We have to talk up front, really. Like I'm just talking about my own angst of actually getting the work out there and doing as best I can to do it. But yeah, it's I want to make it good, and I'm doing the colouring. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. But this is the first time I bought one of these. It's like an XP, but I can actually put the light pen on the screen.
Right.
So put it directly into the computer, so I don't have to use a mouse anymore or a light pen. I can
fantastic.
put the light pen directly onto the screen. So I'm just about that. So it's making the colour work a lot more easier and faster.
And are you enjoying doing that? Because that gives you like total control over your artwork, then, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And I can stand up and do it as well, because I've got the computer. That was what I used to have. And one of these silly little, you probably can't see it there, the Wacom. Do you pronounce it Wacom? Wacom?
I never know.
Yeah, it's the light pen, but it's not directly onto the screen, but you do that, and it's not a really good solution. I've been doing that for years and years, but now I've got the proper XP tablet. I can sort of really go to town and
so is all of your artwork completely digital now then, Henry, or do you still?
No, I do everything on still on pencil and ink it in. Just the colour that I use the tablet for.
Right.
But, yeah, I think the colour is going to be a bit of a part of the artwork for the next one. So I want to make sure that I get to have a bit of control over that as well, so that everything looks a bit of a control freak when it comes to that. That's why I don't work for Marvel, because they give you one job, either penciling, inking, or colouring, or lettering.
Yeah.
I need to do all of it, except lettering, of course. But I just need to do it all.
But I don't think you're alone in that. I think there's quite a lot of
bit of a British
artists. I think there's a lot of artists who like to have complete control over their artwork as well. And I think do you think it's you think it's becoming more common now? Because I know some of the older artists maybe were more used to working that way. I know Mike Collins often works with an inker and colorist, doesn't he? I don't know if he still does, but he used to work with David Roach a lot and some other inkers. But do you think it's maybe a sort of dying thing, or do you, where people want to keep control of their artwork or not? Do you think there's still a do all American comics like Marvel work like that still?
It is. It is a British thing, perhaps, or a European thing. I think it's only America has really adopted that. But I think they're on such a Henry Ford production line factory, having to sort of churn everything out and give everyone separate little jobs so they get comics out faster.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of slowing things down a bit, perhaps. But the argument is, you need to have stuff out every month to keep people's attention, because everyone wants to have the whole story immediately and binge read stuff. But I don't know.
No, I think it's
difficult, isn't it?
I think it's harder to tell whose style and whose artwork you're looking at, though, if it's been through too many hands.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But this thing I'm working on at the moment, we want to get as much of it done as possible, so that when it is printed, the whole lot will be printed, each month, and it will just be completed, sold. So there'll be no hanging around for like a year or two to wait for the next one to come out. It will
all right.
Yeah. So it's worth to do a year's work just to have that speed of selling the thing when it's finally finished. So yeah, possibly good, but
I've never seen you do anything bad.
Oh, bless you. Thank you.
Well, in artwork.
Yeah.
True, you're a fabulous artist. I can't wait to see whatever it is that you can't tell me about. So, is this you booked up? And do you know what you don't know what's coming next for you? Then after this, or anything like that? Anything?
No, I don't know what I'm doing afterwards. But I'll be doing this until January, February, probably March of next year. So I don't need to. Yeah, I consider myself so lucky, to be able to be given that amount of work and be secure for that amount of time. I think that's fantastic.
That's so unusual in your field of work.
Yeah. Thank you, Rebellion. Thanks there.
Oh, I'm so excited to see it. So is it completely? So you've just got sort of one big deadline. So has it completely changed the way you're having to work then?
Yeah, kind of. It's all generally the same. I think it's just more discipline. I need to sort of get a calendar and mark up and knock off the pages that I'm doing and strike them off once I've done them, and make sure that I'm on top of things, because I am a bit behind at the moment, but I've got to catch up.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the summer months now. Thank goodness. I mean, I'm looking forward to them, but this is when it just gets sweaty in the office, and it's the studio. Just you look out the window, and it's just you just want to be outside all the time. But I've got to overcome that. It's a hard life, isn't it?
It is. It's so hard.
Yeah.
But it's fantastic. Oh, you look really happy as well. It's nice to see you looking happy.
Hey, you too. It's good to see you. Yeah.
I've got my face on. Well, thank you very much for coming and talking to us. And I can't wait to see what this is. I'm so nosy now. It's killing us not to like pump you for information, but I won't. But hopefully we'll find out soon. And best of luck with it. And talk to us again when it's up and out.
I'm looking forward to Lawgiver again as soon as it happens.
So, do you know, I haven't made into one yet. And then
Lawless.
Yeah, so it was going to be my first one last year. And then the bloody, obviously, COVID happened and it got cancelled. And obviously I'd been not doing any conventions for a couple of years because of the baby, and so I booked it last year. I booked Lawless, Thought Bubble, and Glasgow, and they all got cancelled. So never mind. But the next one, hopefully, will be then.
Yeah, yeah. I think everyone's missing them now, aren't they? They just want to get out there and start going to these conventions. No one's seen. I mean, there's a lot of people like me have just been walled up in their studios for a whole year or so. Well, everyone has just been at home, and they're dying to get out and meet people and go to conventions and finally have a drink at a bar. I mean, that sounds like paradise, doesn't it? Just
it really does.
A bar with a few like-minded comic freaks. Bring it on.
It's because I know quite a lot of you artist types, and you are all blooming hermits because of the way of your job. So like the conventions, like the, isn't it, the release and the chat and the hanging out and stuff. So it must have been a bit, of a miss.
Yeah,
Step back.
Looking forward to it, definitely.
Yeah, and hopefully, I think Lawless is going ahead next year.
Yeah. Oh yes, it's not going to happen this year. No, it'll be.
So it would have been May. So it wasn't going to the whatever he's calling it. Sorry, pardon my French. The roadmap thing. It wasn't going to work, so it had to be cancelled. But it's coming back next year. So get your ticket. I don't know if tickets are available yet. I'll check with Sue, but there'll be something.
Oh, she's doing a great job, Sue. Yeah.
She is. And she has to put up with people forgetting to do things, and I'm not saying anyone in particular. Poor Sue.
No, this is gossip now, and it's going above my head because I've not
it's
heard.
Not, it's just me. I'm so bad at replying to messages lately. I'm really bad at it.
Oh, you talked about yourself.
Yeah, it was me. I was the absolute git.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Sue. It was me. I'm terrible. It must be awful trying to organise all this online stuff, and then people don't answer that.
Oh.
But thank you for replying to me straight away. You're a darling. I'm the git. Never mind. Anyway, thank you for talking to us, and good luck, Henry.
Oh, thank you, Stacey. Nice to see you.